welcome to Hyman's Family Favorites. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make homemade pasta. While it may sound a little intimidating, homemade pasta is actually a really easy and delicious thing to make. First you're going to take 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and we're going to add to that 1.5 teaspoons of salt. I prefer kosher salt. And we're just going to give that a quick mix to make sure that our salt is evenly distributed. And we're going to make a well in the middle of our flour. The next step is to take 4 eggs. We're going to give those a quick whisk in order to evenly distribute the egg, and then we're going to pour it into the well. Next, we're just going to start grabbing a little bit of our flour at a time and start mixing that together until our flour is incorporated into our egg. And then we're going to start adding a little bit of water at a time. How much water really depends on the size of your eggs, the humidity in the air, how dry your flour is, how packed your flour is. But usually it's around 1/4 cup. I like to get a little bit more just in case I need it. And I'm just going to add a little bit at a time to moisten that dough and continue to mix it together. More. Okay, and at this point, I'm going to turn this out right onto the countertop. And we're going to continue to add a little bit more water and start to knead our dough. And it looks like I managed to get a little too much water and our dough is a little bit moist. Fortunately, there's a really easy fix for that. And I'm just going to add a little bit more flour over the top. And you're going to want to try to clean off of your hands these dough scraps. Better now than later. Flour. The great thing about homemade pasta is it's actually a really forgiving recipe where you just continue to add water or flour, depending on which piece you overdid, until your dough is the right consistency. Again, I'm going to clean off my hands and add just a sprinkle more flour. Okay, now it's starting to look a little more like what we want. Push that out of the way. And you're actually looking for a very non-sticky dough for your pasta. Okay, now we're going to form it into a disc. Now that our pasta dough is ready, we are going to wrap it in some saran wrap. And we'll let it it rest in the refrigerator for at least 20 minutes or up to overnight. We'll be back. Okay, our dough's been chilling in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes and we're ready to roll it out. So I'm going to take a section of dough, probably about 3 ounces, but a small, just a small piece of dough. And then I'm going to flatten that out. Make sure to drench it in flour, dredge it in flour. Make sure to dredge it in flour. And we're going to roll this out into a rectangle shape. Okay, and we're going to use our pasta maker. This is a pasta roller attachment to the KitchenAid. What I really like about this is that I have 2 hands free instead of trying to turn a crank while trying to roll the pasta out. It makes it a lot easier. We're going to turn this on 1, speed 1. And we're going to put this on setting 1, which is the furthest apart. And we're going to run our dough right through the pasta maker. And we'll turn it to the next narrowest setting, or the second to widest setting. Step it down again. Step that down to the next narrowest setting. And I like to take it all the way to number 4. All right, I'm going to just make sure that this is coated in flour so that it doesn't stick. Set it aside and do our next piece. All right. Let's flour this last piece to keep it from sticking to itself. All right. Now that we're finished rolling out our pasta, which is definitely the most time-consuming part of all of this, we are going to cut and then boil it. So I'm going to make sure our water's hot and then I will show you how to cut this. I'm going to switch out our roller for our cutter. Make sure that notch is in there and that you turn the knob tight. And I'm going to set this pan here to put our cut pieces on, and now we're just going to run our sheets of pasta through our slicer. And it's really important to have these pasta ribbons really well floured. Otherwise, you're going to have lots of sticky and clumpy pasta instead of the separate spaghetti pieces. And last but not least, more delicious recipes, check out our website at hymasfamilyfavorites.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel and never miss another recipe.